After quite a few months in the garage and nearly £2 spend later, we finally had the engine running. So it was time to load it up and take it off to where I was going to be working on it to make it look a little bit better. So here we are with the 222. As you can see, it's got some of the panels off to get access. We've finally finished working on the engine, which you can see is hidden behind the driver. The driver's position is correct. The steering wheel's not in the right place, but yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, we've done a lot of work on the fuel tank, the fuel lines, carburetor, and a new radiator because the old one was overheating. And it's now running quite well. Getting it into reverse is a bit tricky, so this was quite fun, getting it up against the container. Here's the engine, and I think you can see why they've kept these panels on nuts and bolts, so they can take it off to get to the engine. And it's quite an engineering masterpiece, actually. I think they did a good job when they put this together. Ideally, I'd like the engine in the back, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But I think it's fair to say that it's more of a film prop than a replica vehicle, and there are a few bits and pieces we need to address on the outside to make it look a bit better. So, it's nearly November, but it's quite hot for late October. And I just worked up a real sweat getting those steel panels back on all by myself. But I thought I'd just show you what I'm going to be doing as the first project. And you can probably see, if you know anything about these vehicles, that there are a number of things that need to be looked at. The first one, the most obvious, are those vision ports, because they don't look right at all. So I'm going to be working on creating accurate copies of those. Thankfully, I've been able to get some really useful information from the Wheel Foundation. They've been really helpful. So I'm going to be making some copies of the vision ports and also hinges, because there's should be lots and lots of special hinges on here, but you can see they're just ordinary gate hinges, I would guess. So we'll need to do some work on those. Also, the jerry cans are just floating in mid-air, so they're going to need some sort of cradle. We'll put one of those on for both sides, and the same for the spade, which, as you can see, welded in place. Doesn't make it very useful. Okay, well, I'll give you an update soon when I've got some of these bits made and put on.